The third thing I want to speak here about, we spoke about paying attention, we spoke about being a pioneer. The third thing I want to speak to you about is excuses. Determine to make your life a no excuse zone. Determine that your life will be a no excuse zone. Do you realize that rich people do not make any excuses to become rich? Educated people do not make excuses to become educated. Successful people do not make excuses to become successful. Poor people make excuses to become poor and excuses why they are poor. People who get themselves in trouble make excuses why they got in trouble. People who squander their opportunities make excuses about opportunities. I have known persons who have gotten great excuses, great opportunities, never took them, and then they make excuses about not getting any opportunities. Make excuses, all the excuses you can find. Government didn't help them. All these things didn't happen. You have people in Jamaica who will build their homes in a swamp. And then when there's a flood, they want the government to take care of them because they didn't have anywhere else to live. Do you know that most of the people who live in the Riverton dump in Kingston have more than 5 acres of farmland available to them in rural areas? And they choose not to. I always use St. Elizabeth as an example. The parish with the least rainfall, yet St. Elizabeth produces by far the most agricultural output. Because St. Elizabeth people on a whole do not make excuses to farm. They go out there and they farm and they find ways and means of getting water to their crops. They find ways and means of mulching. People in St. Elizabeth buy grass, a special grass just for mulching. Most people don't even know that. So make a determination to make your life a no excuse zone. Do not make excuses. Find solutions. For instance, you may find that do not make excuses that it is too expensive for you, it's costing too much money for you to access all the lectures. Don't make that excuse. Come together with 2 or 3 persons and share the cost. So 2 or 3 of you will access the lectures at the same time on one device. So it will cost you 25% less. Instead of sitting down and making the excuse that you don't have any money. If you really want to do something, you will find a way to do it. No excuses. Find solutions. Find solutions. No excuses. Find solutions. When you go to Colombia, South America, and Mr. Grant will tell you this, if you want to save money, you will save money. But there are a lot of avenues for you to squander your money also. Cost of living is low. That is one of the reasons why I chose Colombia, South America as the first project. Cost of living is low. You may work, you may earn more money in other countries, but the cost of living is so high that you will save much less money than you will save if you work in Colombia, South America, earning less money. But as I said before, there are a lot of avenues for you to waste your money. Mr. Grant has promised me that he will do a video for persons who are going to go to Colombia, South America to work, outlining what are the best stores to shop. How do you go about getting the best deals? Which markets do you go to? Which supermarkets do you go to? Which stores do you go to? Because in the end, you're not just there to work. You're there to earn and save. And for those of you who want to further your education, you can now go further with Royal College and continue and complete your degree, and at the end of it, you have an accredited degree. Some of you might even decide to live in Colombia, South America over an extended period of time. Because one of the things, a lot of people make excuses. I'm not going to Colombia. Crime is high. That is 25 years ago. Jamaica has a much higher crime rate now than Colombia, South America. Much higher crime rate. You are more likely to be killed violently in Jamaica than in Colombia, South America. Excuses. People make excuses. Oh, I'm not used to learning by this method. Okay, it's a new opportunity. Grab it. Go with it. We will provide all the avenues for you to complete this program successfully. So if you don't complete this program successfully, you can't blame me, you can't blame Royal College, because we would have provided all the tools that you need to successfully complete this program. So what do you do? Work hard. Most people think that I am an exceptionally brilliant person. I don't think so. I have exceptional achievements academically that most people would salivate to even come close. But I don't see myself as exceptionally brilliant. I see myself as a hard worker. I work hard at everything that I do. I'll use myself as an example. I am slightly dyslexic. If you know what dyslexia is, you read everything backwards. I was diagnosed when I was doing my master's degree in education that I got with a distinction. I was diagnosed as being dyslexic. I was also diagnosed as being ADD and ADHD. But I passed the common entrance. I went to high school. I went to the Jamaica School of Drama. I went to City University of New York. I went to Ambassadors College, where I did my master's in theology. I went to Mercy College, where I did my master's in education. I went to Phoenix University, where I started a PhD. I haven't completed that one yet, but I completed my PhD with a 4.0 from Atlantic University, Atlantic International University, by working hard. So when you tell me that you're tired, you have to stay up and do your work, I am not impressed, because I've been there, I've done that. When I was pursuing my bachelor's degree, most Jamaicans would go to nightclubs on a Friday night. I decided I will not go to nightclub on a Friday night because if I go, I read my Friday night no studies. I'm gonna be sleeping all day Saturday no studies. So I went home. I studied Friday night. I studied all day Saturday. I studied Saturday night. Then I would go to a party at midnight Saturday night, just like everybody else. Sunday, when everybody is trying to get in the groove, I did all my assignments, I did all my studying so I could sit and watch football. When everybody else was playing dominoes and playing table tennis and listening to music, I was doing extra credits. Most people did 12 credits every semester. I did 24. Hard work. No excuses. I never made excuses. In the winter, I would be going to school and I would be so cold no matter how much clothes I had on. I'd be so cold, I was trembling. No excuses. I would get up every day and I would go to school. So, once again, I'm not telling you anything that I wouldn't do. I simply want you to be a success. And I'm using myself and as example. Make your life a no excuse zone. And don't allow people in your sphere. Don't allow people to get close to you who all they do is that they make excuses. People will tell you all the things that they can't do and why they can't do it. I don't want to hear that. Tell me the things you want to do and I will help you to accomplish them. Let me repeat that. Tell me the things you want to do and I will assist you to accomplish them. Tell me that this is what I'm earning. This is what I will earn in Colombia, South America. How can I earn more? I'll tell you now. How can you earn more than your salary? You're going to have to be a good teacher. You're going to have to be an exceptional teacher. You're going to have a good personality. So people will request that you do extra teaching with their children. That's how you make extra money. Be the best you can be. Work harder than everybody else and be better than everybody else. All people were created equal, but all people do not progress equally. I heard Steve Harvey say that you want to sleep in your bed until 10 o'clock, until 11 o'clock, when the world around you was up and functioning by 5:30. I say the same thing. I cannot remember ever sleeping 8 hours in a day. Waste of time. From I was a child, and I don't know why. I was about 6 years old, and I figured out that if I sleep 8 hours, I'll be sleeping for 1/3 of my life. I decide, hell no, I'm not going to do it. So I function on 5 hours, 6 hours sleep. Most of the times it's 5 hours. It used to be less, but the older I get, I try to sleep more because I want to live a long life. But I have people who want to sleep 10 hours, 12 hours, and then expect to be a success. That's not going to happen. So saying you're tired is an excuse. Saying you can't do something is an excuse. Don't give me excuses. Let us find solutions. You want to earn more money. When you get to Colombia, South America, don't complain. Find a way. Let us work together and find a way for you to make more money.